This whole situation with Liz Truss and the so-called underground trans mafia is an example of how wild online misinformation can get. Recently, a fake quote started making the rounds on social media, attributed to the former UK Prime Minister, claiming that a secret underground transgender mafia had plotted against her and caused her downfall as PM in 2022. While it might sound far-fetched to some, others took it seriously. But let's be clear, the quote is 100% fake. This isn't the first time Liz Truss has been dragged into wild headlines, given her brief and chaotic stint as PM. People might be more inclined to believe such outlandish claims because of her past comments. After all, she previously blamed trans activists for some of her difficulties in office. Plus, with the weird things we've seen in politics lately, like Donald Trump claiming that Kamala Harris wants to perform transgender operations on illegal aliens, it's understandable why some folks might fall for it. The origin of the fake quote? It came from a satirical account on Twitter called Political for You, which has a history of posting tongue-in-cheek news. They've poked fun at Truss before, including a joke about the infamous iceberg lettuce that outlasted her time as PM. On September 30th, the account posted a breaking news-style tweet claiming Truss had said that this so-called underground transgender mafia had sabotaged her leadership, adding that they were really running the country. The post featured a photo of Truss at the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham and has racked up over 1.6 million views, 3,000 likes, and 2,500 shares. However, none of this is remotely true. But the fact that some people believe it does highlight a bigger issue. Truss has made controversial remarks about the LGBTQ+ community in the past, which makes these fake quotes more believable for some. At the Conservative Party conference, while this fake quote was circulating, Truss did speak at a fringe event. She took the opportunity to complain about how the Conservative Party would have done better in the general election had she been in charge. According to her, under her leadership, the Reform Party's poll numbers were at just 3%, but by the time the election rolled around under Rishi Sunak's leadership, Reform had risen to 18%. She also argued that keeping Boris Johnson as PM would have been the party's best bet for success. Besides revisiting her political downfall, Truss shared some more extreme ideas. She said the next Tory leader needs to scrap both the Equality Act and the Human Rights Act and take down wokery in the government and institutions. She also spoke fondly of Javier Milei, the far-right president of Argentina, known for his harsh austerity measures, which have deepened poverty in the country. Oh, and he's the guy who claims his 4 dogs named themselves. Yes, really. So, while this whole underground trans mafia quote is made up, it's not that surprising people might think it's real. Truss has previously claimed that trans activists in the civil service were part of the reason her time in office was so rough. Back in February at the Conservative Political Action Conference, back in the US, Truss even went on to say there was a huge establishment backlash while she was in number 10. She alleged that civil service members, including trans activists and environmental extremists, were gaining too much influence, something she believed didn't happen 30 or 40 years ago. She also complained that even with 100 political appointees, it wasn't enough to counteract these so-called activist influences. Prior to this, Truss had a history of framing LGBTQ+ supporters as left-wing extremists. She's also pushed for policies to ban trans women from single-sex spaces and has shown support for making it harder for transgender youth to transition. So, while the underground trans mafia isn't real, Liz Truss has certainly made enough controversial comments to fuel speculation. Who knows, maybe one day she'll even jump on that bandwagon herself. What do you think about all this? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching till now. It means the world to have you here. This community is all about empowering each other and celebrating the incredible journeys of everyone on their path to living authentically. If you're ever feeling lost or alone, remember you have a whole family here for you. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and let's keep inspiring each other, sending you all the love and strength in the world. Until next time, live your life by your rules.